Hey guys, it's Erin, looking super pasty. There is a reason for it, and I will get to that. This is one of those videos that I had said I was going to make like ages ago and then just didn't. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying out this lovely product here that you probably saw in one of my haul videos probably about a month or two ago. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Contour Kit, which I have not actually used yet. Warn you ahead of time, I'm not the contour queen. I know that we've got several people on YouTube who are. I am not the contour queen. I don't do it often because I don't wear foundation a whole lot. Special occasions, things of that nature, but I don't wear it every single day like a lot of people do. I do have it on today though, and I'm going to go over some of the makeup that I'm wearing, including this really frightening lipstick that I'm wearing. So let's go ahead and do that before we get into this. Okay, so first and foremost, I am wearing a MAC Prep and Prime CC cream, and I'm using this as a primer, and it actually helps a lot with the redness. And I've got, unfortunately I broke out a little bit before and I had to do something to cover it up. So I've got this on as my primer, mostly on my nose, a little bit on my cheeks, just to cover up a little bit of a breakout. As a concealer, I've got on the Bare Minerals Bare Skin, and this is in what shade? I have no idea, because everything is written really, really tiny. I don't know. There it is. You can kind of see it. It's upside down now, but there you go. You can kind of see that this is what I'm using as a concealer, and unfortunately I did have to use quite a bit. Most of my nose is covered in this, so if my nose looks funny in the video, this is why. My nose, my chin, I've got a really weird dark spot on my cheek, and a couple of spots on my forehead. There it is, blended in with a stippling brush. As a foundation, I am using this one here. This is also a Bare Minerals, and it's the Complexion Rescue, and it's supposed to be a tinted hydrating gel cream with SPF 30, which I don't know if the SPF in makeup actually works or not. I usually don't trust it, and I'll put a sunblock on underneath it, but in case you like stuff with SPF, this actually does have it in, and I really like this stuff. Nice cooling effect, fair coverage. It's not wonderful coverage, but it does have fair coverage, and that's obviously all over my face, a little bit on my neck, which I don't think you can see because of the shadows. On my eyes, which I don't know if you can actually see that or not, but I've got this on. It is also a MAC product, and this is called Love Connection, and it's one of those baked products. Let me open that up so you can actually see it. It's one of those baked products, so this on the top is actually like a really light silver, and then this here is gold. They're very, very light colors, very easily blended. I really kind of did a half-assed job on my eyes, but there you go, if you can see it, if you can make it out. And on my lips, I have buyer's remorse. This is actually one of the Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipsticks, and this is actually, what is this? God, can that be a little smaller? I can't read that to save my soul. Okay, I don't know what that says. I really, honest to God, I can't read it. There it goes. You can kind of see it there, but that's the shade I've got on. And I know it looks black, but this is it here. As you can see, I've actually tried it a couple of times. I don't think I've ever actually gone out. This is actually the first time I'll be seen in public with it. But this is the shade here, and it's one of those things where fell in love with it when I swatched it in the store. Absolutely fell in love with it. It was such a nice shade. It was actually a purple, which I don't really like purple lipsticks, but for whatever reason I really liked this one. And it was purple and had these little purple flecks in it. It was great. And then I got home and I put it on and it was pretty much black. I've put it on several times. You can see there's enough damage on there. It's nice and worn down. Like I said, never actually wore it out of the house because it's ugly. It's ugly. I'm just going to come straight out and say it's ugly. It doesn't really lay well either. I've got like 3 coats of this on. I'm looking at it in here now. It looks awful. I don't know, but I bought it. I paid more money for it than I should have, so I'm probably going to wear it in some videos. So if you don't like it, sorry. I don't like it either. Okay, so what we're actually going to do today is I'm going to do a little bit of contouring with this. I've got another kit that I usually use for contouring. It's a contour shade, a highlight, a blush, and it's actually from Urban Decay. I actually like that kit. I'm not so fond of the highlighter because it's like really shiny and really highlighting, so I'm always kind of open to something new if I can get something that's not going to be quite that highlighted. So we're going to try this one, and I've actually got the lightest kit, I believe. Yeah, it's 813 light. So there it is there, and we'll open up. In the last video I hadn't opened it yet, so I get to show you the funky little brush and all. And it is really a stupid little brush, but there's the brush. Okay, and here's the actual contouring kit. Now, we're going to use this because I know people are looking at it as it may be a first highlighting kit. It might be, you know, something you just want. We're going to do all the contouring with this. It is tapered a little bit funny, as you can see. I think, I can't really tell, but it looks like it might be a little higher on one end than the other. So we are also going to follow the directions on the back, because they give you this whole little thing of directions on the back, which I don't normally do all of this. I usually do a little bit on the side here, a little bit up here, but I don't usually do my nose. I usually do a highlight on my chin, maybe a little on my nose, and a little bit on my forehead. I'm super shiny here today. You'll have to forgive me for that. I didn't put any powder on before I did all this, because I figured, you know, just one less thing to hinder this. But we're going to try all of this, which is going to be a little bit on the chin, a little bit down in here, which I never do. It's going to be up in here, right over here. And they've got it like in these like perfect little triangles, whatever. You're not going to be able to get a perfect little triangle with this brush, I can tell you right now. And we're going to do the nose, which I never do. I try not to highlight my nose because I've got a weird shaped nose, so. But, now, what we're going to try first is we're actually going to try this one right here, which is supposed to be the highlight and contour on the cheek. So we're going to go ahead and try that. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I've gone ahead and swiped it onto the brush, and this is what came out onto the brush. So I've got the highlighter and the contour. I've got my trusty mirror, because I can't see very well, so I'm going to have to use my mirror. And let's give this a go. Down like that. And wow, that's really aggressive right there. Wow, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? That's really aggressive. There's like, right here, there's like a really bad line, and now I can't get it to... It isn't blending out, guys. I'm really freaked out. It's not blending out. Let me try to start back a little bit further. Maybe I can. Guys, even that didn't do it. Oh my word. Alright. Let's try it on the other side. Since I've already screwed up the side of my face, let's try it on the other side. I'm not seeing as much pigment as I would like to see. Hey, well, there you go. Guys, I don't think this is even showing up in the camera. I mean, it's quite bad. And I wanted to do this with the little brush that came with it, because if you're going to buy a kit like this, that's especially if you're trying to go for cost effective, you're going to want to use what it comes with, which is this weird little thing, which is not hard to hold on to. It's not hard to hold, but it's obviously not the best brush. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not. There's like little hairs popping up there, and they're just kind of, there you go, you can see it there. It's already starting to like get all over the place. This is not, obviously not the best brush. Okay, this is what we're going to do. This brush is not very good, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to fix it with another brush. So we're going to use this one, and this brush is actually from e.l.f. Cosmetics, which, if you're looking for cost effective, the e.l.f. Cosmetic brushes are actually pretty good, and they're usually pretty cheap. I don't think I've seen many of their brushes for over like $6. So if you're looking for cost effective and you don't want to use that little brush, which I don't want to use that little brush, this is actually where you want to go, and you can get these in Target. Okay, so I'm using the contour color. Okay, that's showing up a little bit better. It's in my hair. Showing up a little bit better. It's not great, but it's showing up a little bit better. I can't see on this side at all. And this is where the light is coming from. I'm going to do this like I've got an issue. You can, well, it's starting to, it looks like I have a spot right there. I have a dent in my face, and unfortunately that's what the camera's picking up, is the 2 dents in my face. There's that. I'm going to be really professional about this and clean my brush off on my pants. Okay, now let's try the highlight. Okay, here's the little bit of highlighter on there. I'll put that right here. Oh, wow. Okay, when I do it with this brush, the highlighter is actually quite pigmented. But you can see it. Look at that. You can actually see it. At least on here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it when I get it on the computer. It actually kind of looks like a pressed powder. Let me see if I can get that in there. This is not the best thing I've ever used. Yeah, let me just turn my face sideways. This is not the best stuff I've ever used. Let me get a little bit more highlighter on the other side. And then we're going to move on to a different area of the face, because I'm a little freaked out right now. I really don't like the way this is coming out, guys. Alright. Yeah, I'm not really... I don't know. Can you tell the difference? Does it look any different? Huh? Because I'm not saying it. I can kind of see it in the mirror. Actually, I take that back. I really can't see it at all. Okay, let's go to a different part of the face and see if we can see it on a different part of the face. Let's move on to the second part, which is the nose there. So, let's see. Highlight down the middle, contour on the sides. So, since I just had this in the highlighter, we're going to go ahead and do that. Come on. I don't know. What do I need? A paintbrush for this? Okay, here's my highlighter right down the middle of the nose, just like that. I'm really beginning to appreciate my Urban Decay. That's the highlighter right down the middle of my nose, which the shine, of course, is grabbing hold of. Okay, let's try the contour. And I'm going to use the tip to do the contour so that this way I don't look like a clown when I'm done. Okay, guys, this isn't coming up at all. This is not showing up at all. This is terrible. You know what? Let me try a different brush. Let's give this a benefit of the doubt, and we're going to try a different brush. Okay, for benefit of the doubt, I'm going to try another brush. I've got 2. I brought my stippling brush, which I think is also, it's an e.l.f. Cosmetics product. Okay, which I also got at Target. That's just a regular stippling brush. This one's a foundation brush. This is a old... I've had this for way too long, but I can't bring myself to get rid of it, and I'm going to need to because it's starting to shed. This was actually it's a foundation and concealer brush, and I know it doesn't have a brand on it, just says foundation and concealer on there. I actually got this from the Clinique booth at the bench at the mall. So if I have to use this one, we will, and if I have to use this one to contour, it's an absolute no-go, because this is a really stiff, I think it's like a boar hair or something like that. It's a really stiff brush. So if I have to use that to get some pigment to show up, no-go. Okay, let's try this again, guys. Get this back open. And let's try to get some more highlighter on here, because I don't think the highlighter is showing up. Let me do this because I can't see in my camera. Is that showing up at all? Maybe a little, kind of. Alright, let's move on to the contouring. Down here. Alright, seriously, you guys. I know it's gotta be, it's picking something up because it's turning the stippling, the white stippling, it's turning this brown. I mean, it's turning it brown. But it does not appear to be showing up on my skin. Oh, it really showed up that time. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so if you rub it in there a whole lot, it seems to get a little bit more going on. Oh my. Let me clean that off of my pants, because we're high dollar around here. Let me Let me try to get like a whole lot of the highlighter. Now let's see. Do that right down the middle. And what we're going to do is, because the main portion of my bathroom has a little bit better lighting, when I'm done doing this, we'll move into there. You'll just have to put up with my messy bathroom, and we'll see if it actually works. Okay. Let's do the chin and down here. So the chin, you're supposed to do just a dot of highlighter right there. And this is how you talk without losing your mouth. La, 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 la. Okay, that's working there a little bit. Although it's not... Let's do this. Okay, the highlighter's actually showing it pretty well on my chin. But it doesn't seem to be blending out very well. I'm trying to see it in the camera to see if it's showing up at all. You can see where I did it. Okay, here's the problem. It doesn't seem to be blending out really well. So let's keep trying. Let's keep going. Right in here. Maybe I need some more contour color. You guys, this might be more work than it's worth. Yeah. There you go. My big old round face, this might not be the best. Kinda. Yeah, maybe. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's showing, yeah, there it goes. Here's the problem though. It kind of looks like I have dirt on my face. So, that's what we've got going on there. It kind of looks like dirt. Alright, move on to the forehead. Here's the directions. We're going to be doing this one right here. So, I'm probably going to do a little bit more because I usually do my contouring over towards the sides. So, let's go ahead and do the highlighter, which they want us to put right here, and that does appear to be showing up, at least somewhat. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm really going to hope it's going to show up, but I don't think so. It's really cakey. Right in here, it's really, really cakey, which is what I'm assuming is what happened on my chin. And again, we'll look the final verdict in the main bathroom with all the clothes hanging off the back of the door. Let's move on to the contour, which they say to do right across here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I know somebody's probably going to come through and be like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that with the stippling brush. I don't care. I'm using the brushes that I have available, and this was what I had available without tearing my bathroom apart. Just my hair getting stuck in it. I'm also, like you couldn't tell, I'm the queen of flyaways. Unfortunately, it's par for the course when you've got curly hair. So, I don't know, guys. Do I look less pasty than when I started this out? I don't know. I don't see it being any... I really don't. Okay, I can see it like right here. See, this is the problem. You get it into a certain area and it doesn't seem to want to blend out. And the contouring colors, see, the highlighter looks really cakey. And then this stuff looks like... I don't know, it just doesn't want to blend out right, and it just kind of looks like you have dirt. And you gotta use way too much of it. Guys, I'm using so much of this, and it doesn't seem to be... It doesn't seem to be doing it. This is not doing it for me. I'm not impressed. Okay, look. I've used a whole bunch of this. I've tried it out on 2 different brushes. Let's go ahead, and we're gonna try... I want to see if this changes it. I'm going to use my big stiff old foundation brush. And I mean, this is an old brush. I probably should just get rid of it because I don't even really use it anymore. You know, let's use the concealer section of it and see what happens. You guys, still nothing. I am seeing absolutely nothing here. You see that? I mean, you can see it on my nose now. You see where it is on my nose? And it's just, it like collects where you first start, and then there's nothing. And then collects, and then nothing. And it doesn't seem to want to blend really well. Let's do the final verdict. We're going to go into the other room and see what it looks like. Bear with me. Okay, well, here we are, and I'm trying to... You can kind of see it up here. And you can kind of see it on my nose. Wow, my under eyes are really red. See, I did this all the way to here. I started up here and I came all the way down to here. And all you can really see, because I've got right here is like a dent in my face. So I started up here and I ended down in like here. And, I mean, you can see it a little bit, but it seems to collect in that dent, which most of it does, so I probably should have done it up a little higher. I can't see the stuff I put down in here real well. I don't know, can you guys see that? I can see the highlighter right here. And that's, like I said, it looks a little cakey. Right. And then here's my nose, okay? And it seems to be collecting right up in here instead, and it doesn't seem to have traveled on down my nose. Okay, see that? And here's my forehead. And let me see if I can get out of the shadow there so you guys can see it. And let me move over here. Okay, don't mind the clutter. Yeah, see, it looks like it collects in the sides over here, but it's nothing across here, and I spent a lot of time there. But this, I don't know if you can tell or not, it's real cakey there. And it's real cakey on my chin. Okay, so final verdict time. Guys, I really wanted this stuff to work. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's really, really hard to blend. You've got to put way too much of it on your brush. This is my stippling brush, and that's white on top, just so you know. That little tip up there is supposed to be white. And I mean, that is just covered in the contouring stuff, and it just... The amount that I put on, it should have been a lot darker. I don't want it to be, you know, heinously dark, but when I put, you know, if I run it back and forth in there 6 or 7 times and I rub it on my face, some color would show up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not getting any color when I do it. There was no color. I don't see anything here. I don't see anything up here. You know, when we were in there, this showed up really well. This showed up, but it didn't seem to go everywhere it was supposed to be. I'm not seeing a whole lot of it on my nose, except for right at the top where I started. The highlighter is cakey. It caked up on my chin, it caked up on my forehead. Not so much on my my cheeks. On my cheeks, it kind of looks like a pressed powder. But overall, I'm not impressed. This little weird brush that they included doesn't work at all. I mean, it's awful. I mean, it just sucks. And I mean, all the pieces are, the little hairs, I don't know if you can still see them or not, but all the little hairs are starting to come out. And it just, I mean, I used it like, what, 4 times maybe? And everything's just, it's getting all wild and coming apart and everything, and it didn't seem to apply the color. It certainly wasn't blending the color. So even if you do use this, if you want to blend it out, which you really should, you're not going to be doing it with this, because this just was not blending it. I had to come in with a stippling brush to blend it, and then it blended it completely away. So I reapplied, but it takes a whole lot of going up and down inside them little palettes to get it going, and I don't think the longevity of it is going to be really good. I think in a pinch, if you really can't afford anything else as far as a contouring and a highlighter, it'll probably work out as long as you're patient and you're willing to experiment a little bit with it to get it to work. I think with enough experimentation and enough, you know, trial and error, you could get it to work. But I don't think as far as just ripping the package open and, you know, slapping it all over your face before a job interview, I really don't think that it's going to work out. There are other things that you can get. I got the palette that I usually use is, hang on, let me go get the other 2 palettes I use. Now I've got two other highlighting and contouring kits that I use on the regular for something just really basic and easy to handle. I've got this one, which is Urban Decay's, and it's Naked Flushed. This is called Native. That's what this particular one is. And it's just, it looks really harsh. It's not too bad, I promise. That's what you got there. It's just the three. You got your contour, your highlight, and your blush. The highlight is, as you can see here, it's very, very metallic, and the way it looks here is exactly how it's going to look on your face. I mean, that thing is bright. It's a really good highlighter. It blends out really well, and I really like it. This is the one that I like the most. I waited for the Urban Decay website to have a sale, and I got this for $11. So that's not too bad in comparison, because I think that little contour palette that we just tried out, I think was about the same price, not on sale. So if you're willing to wait for it to go on sale, either, you know, one of the stores like Ulta or Sephora might put it on sale, or Urban Decay themselves, I would sign up for Urban Decay's newsletter and then go ahead and get it. Like I said, I paid $11 for this thing, and I love it. It's great. This is the one I usually use. The other one that I usually use also is this one, and this one is actually made by NYX. And it's, you know, you got several different kinds of highlighters and contours, varying different colors. You can go for ultra shiny, you can go for not so shiny, you can go, you know, not quite as noticeable or very heavy, whatever you want to do. They've got something in here for just about everybody's, you know, just about everybody's skin tone. For some stupid reason, my camera keeps cutting off, but they have something in here for everybody's skin tone, and this is the one that I've got here. Okay, so I use this one quite a bit, and again, it's a NYX product. NYX products are usually very, very good for very little money. So if you're looking for something that's a little less expensive, and you're willing to experiment, because not all these colors are going to work for everybody, I would go ahead and get this one. I don't remember how much this cost, because I got this, it's been like 6 months since I got this. So I honest to God, I just don't remember what I paid for it, but it's a good one. I picked it up at Ulta, and it was kind of a spur of the moment. I didn't really need it, but I bought it anyway kind of thing. Isn't that what half the purchases you make at Ulta are? It is for me. Anyway, so those are the ones that I used. Not a real fan of the L'Oreal palette. It works in a pinch, but it's not my favorite thing. I don't like the fact that it's so hard to blend. It's just very, very hard to blend. I don't like the fact that it's so hard to blend, but in a pinch it'll work. Okay, it's not as bad as my lipstick, let's put it that way.